to ensure safety and security of personal information and not posing threat to anyone else's information. Many websites track you. They track you through an IP address. What is an IP address? IP address. It is a unique address of your device when you connect to the internet. It is likely that your computer shares your IP address with the other network devices in your house or office. From your IP address, a website can determine your rough geographical location. Next is this cookies and tracking scripts. Cookies and tracking scripts. Cookies are a small piece of information websites can store in your browser. They have plenty of legitimate uses. For example, when you sign into your online banking website, a cookie remembers your login information. When you change a setting on a website, a cookie stores that setting so it can persist across page loads and sessions. Example, you change the zoom percentage of your website, then this setting will reflect on all open web pages because this was stored in a cookie. Cookie can also identify you and track your browsing activities across a website. Next is this HTTP referrer. When you click a link, your browser loads the web page linked to it and tells the website where you came from. For example, if you click a link to an outside website on a web page, then the linked website will get open, and internally information about you such as your IP address, location, your web browsers, machine types, etc. will also be provided to the linked website. It is known as HTTP referrer. Next is super cookies. Super cookies are also cookies, but they are persistent cookies. They come back even after you delete them. Super cookies like overcookie store cookies data in multiple places. For example, in flash cookies, your browsing history and HTML5 storage, local storage, etc. When a website notices that you have deleted part of your super cookie, the information is repopulated from other locations. For example, you might clear your browsing cookies and not your flash cookie. So websites will copy the values of the flash cookies to your browser cookies. Next is user agents. What are these user agents? Your browser also sends a user agent every time you connect to a website. This tells website your browser and operating system provided another piece of data that can be stored and used to target ads. All the above things leak your identity information to websites, and it may be used against you. A solution to this is private browsing and anonymous browsing. Let us learn what is this type of browsing. What is the difference between anonymous browsing and private browsing? Anonymous browsing allows user to view websites without revealing any personal information of the user, like their IP address, machine type, location. While in private browsing, you can use the internet without revealing your search history and sharing your data. What is this incognito browsing? Incognito browsing opens a version of the browser that will not track your activity. It is particularly useful if you're re-entering sensitive data like bank details into the browser, as it can minimize the risk of your information being saved to that computer. It can also be used for purposes like to look at surprise gift from a family friend, leaving clues, searching for hotel rooms for your vacation, filtering examination forms, etc. But this information is still visible to your school, university, or organizations. You may also use private browser and search engines like DuckDuckGo. Next is a proxy. Proxy works by acting as a middleman between your computer and the websites you want to access. Now, the tracking website will get the IP address and information that belongs to the proxy site, so you are effectively getting the same content from another source without it getting to know your browsing details. Now, what is this virtual private network? Or a VPN is a method used to add security and privacy to private and public network like Wi-Fi hotspots and the internet. VPNs are most often used by corporations to protect sensitive data. Virtual private networks were originally meant for business employees working off-site to gain access to shared drives or networks. Nowadays, you can set up a VPN at home to protect yourself from hackers trying to access your sensitive information. Now, what are the practices to ensure confidentiality of information? First is use firewalls wherever possible. Your system must be secured such that only authentic users can connect to it. Firewall is one of the very good solutions for this. Firewall is a program that monitors all communications and traps an illicit packet. Most operating systems now come with a firewall pre-installed. However, some, such as the Windows firewall, only blocks suspect incoming communication, leaving completely open access to the internet from your machine. Thus, it is recommended that you install a firewall that can monitor both incoming and outgoing communication and traps the illicit one. Okay. Next is control browser settings to block tracking. You already know that websites can track your surfing on the site by IP address and related system information, including system names and internet network addresses that often uniquely identify your computer. Search engines generally record your queries together with your computer identification, building up a profile of your internet over time. To minimize these cheats, you can turn your default browser setting to exclude cookies, especially third-party cookies, since they can be used to build up detailed profiles of your surfing patterns over time. Next is browse privately whenever possible. To avoid the tracking by websites, you should try to browse internet privately whenever possible. This way, websites would not be able to store cookies on your computer, which gives information about your search pattern and search history. Be careful while posting on the internet. You should know that posting is public when you post anything to the public internet, such as social networking sites like Instagram or Facebook, etc., newsgroup, mailing list, or chat rooms. You generally give up the rights to the contents, and any expectations of privacy or confidentiality is useless. In most countries, anything you post to a public space can be saved, archived, duplicated, distributed, and published even years later by anyone in the same way as a photograph taken in public space like a city park. To ensure that you never post your crucial information like your personal details such as address, mobile, phone number, bank details, credit cards details, etc., on public internet sites. Next is ensure safe sites while entering crucial information. Sometimes you need to provide your crucial information such as your personal details or bank details, etc. For example, you might be applying online to register for an entrance exam through a legitimate site that asks for your personal details. In such cases, ensure these things. Type the URL of the website in the address bar of the browser on your own. Do not click on a link that takes you to this website, or do not cut by copy the link of this website and paste it. Ensure that address contains HTTP and a padlock sign. When the website gets loaded, before you start typing any information, ensure that the website address, a safe site's URL, starts with https / and not with http / Also, it shows a closed padlock. Carefully handle emails. While opening an email, make sure that you know the sender. Even if you open the email message by accident, make sure not to open the attachment in an email from an unrecognized source. Emails containing sensitive information should be deleted securely. Also, your email might contain a link to legitimate looking websites. Never click on any link inside an email to open it. The link might look legit, but it may take you to a fraudulent site. Even if you need to visit the linked website, type the URL of the website on your own in the address bar or a web browser, but never open any link by clicking inside an email or by copying its link. Next, do not give sensitive information on the wireless network. Sometimes you get access to some wireless connections, such as Wi-Fi connections available on airport or railway stations. While using such Wi-Fi connections, make sure not to open any personal email or provide any sensitive information on a website. The reason for this is that most free wireless networks are not encrypted, and hence information on it can be trapped and used for fraudulent purposes. Avoid using public computers. Always try not to use the public computers, especially if you have to deal with your crucial data. But if you need to work on a public computer, then make sure following things. Browse privately. First of all, don't save your login information. Never save passwords like working on a public computer. Avoid entering sensitive information on a public computer. Don't leave the computer unattended with sensitive information on the screens. Disable the feature that stores password. Properly log out before you leave the computers. Erase history and traces of your work. Clear history and cookies. Now, what is a cybercrime? It is any criminal offense that is facilitated by or involves the use of electronic communication or information systems. Some common cybercrimes are cyber trolls and bullying and cyber stalking. Cyber troll refers to a person who purposely posts opposing, sarcastic, demeaning, or insulting comments about something or someone with an aim of targeting person online. The provocative message posted this way is also called troll. So the word troll can refer to a person who is doing it, and it may refer to the derogatory comments posted by the troll. Trolling is a cybercrime and is closely related to cyberbullying. In fact, it is a form of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying occurs when someone uses the internet, a cell phone, email, internet messaging, chat rooms, or social networks such as Facebook, Twitter, etc., to harass, demean, embarrass, or intimidate someone else. It is commonly a crime committed by teens, so their growing access to electronic communication makes it possible to make fun of others. The problem spreads like a wildfire as the bully can hide behind the anonymity of a login identity while encouraging other kids to join the fun of harassing the victim. Cyberbullying is a crime garnering such criminal charges as harassment, libel, assault, and even terrorism. In addition to criminal charges, cyberbullies may be held responsible for the damage they do in a civil lawsuit where they may be ordered to pay for it. Next is cyber stalking. This is a kind of online harassment where the victim is subjected to a barrage of online messages and email. Typically, these stalkers know their victim, and instead of resorting to offline stalking, they use the internet to stalk. A cyber stalker relies on the anonymity afforded by the internet to allow them to stalk their victims without being detected. Some common networking sites. Facebook is a platform to set up your page where you can share your ideas in the form of posts, share your photos, videos, etc. Through Facebook, you can connect with other Facebook users and exchange messages posted, etc. It allows you to view the post, images, and videos shared by your friends and provide options to like it or comment on it. Twitter. It is a microblogging site which allows to post very small messages and now extended to 280 characters. LinkedIn. It is a social network for professionals. It provides features to make profiles look short of detailed resumes with sections for work experience, education, volunteer work, certifications, awards, and all sorts of other relevant works related information. Instagram. It is one of the most popular social networks for online photo sharing. It offers features like sharing real-time photos and short videos while on the go. Now, threats to cybersecurity. First one is computer virus. It is a malicious code that causes damage to data and files on a system. They can attack any part of the computer software. Viruses can do the following if left unchecked: damage or delete files. Some viruses may delete or damage random documents or specific files that are crucial to your operating system. For example, operating system files. This damage can range from rendering useless just a few files to affecting your entire computer, possibly requiring you to reinstall your operating system and start from the scratch. Slows down your computer. Viruses can run in background without being seen and may cause your computers to run extremely slow. Invade your email program. Some form of viruses may wreak even more havoc by spreading themselves to the contacts in your address book. Next is worm. Worms is a self-replicating program which eats up the entire disk space or memory. A worm keeps on creating its copies until all the disk space or memory is filled. Trojan horse. A Trojan horse is a program that appears harmless, such as text editor or a utility program, but actually performs malicious functions such as deleting or damaging files. Next is spyware. Spyware is a software which is installed on your computer to spy on activities and report this data to people willing to pay for it. It tracks the user's behavior and reports information back to the central source. These are used to spy on someone else for legal or illegal purpose. Spywares mostly get installed on your PC without your consent. Typically, spywares find its way into your PC by piggybacking onto a file or gets downloaded from the internet when you visit a particular website. Pests such as spyware can often lurk silently on your computer unless something sets them off or until they are found and properly removed. Damages caused by the spyware. They compromise your data, computing habits, and identity. Spywares can monitor information about your computing habits, such as what websites you visit or record your keystrokes, when at the end can lead to identity thefts. For example, spywares can record the keystrokes that you use while keying in a credit card number and send this number to a cyber thief. Alter PC settings. Some forms of spywares can also alter computer settings like your web browser, home page settings, or placement of your desktop icons. This doesn't do much damage to your PC, but it is really annoying. Slows down your PC. Spywares can rob your PC or system speed and internet access efficiently. This can become a big problem when you are retrying to use the programs on your PC, watch videos online, or download large files. Next is adware. These are the programs that deliver unwanted ads to the computer, generally in pop-up form. They consume your network bandwidth. Adware is similar to spyware, however, it may be installed with your consent, so it is advised that you thoroughly read installation agreement before you allow installation of a software. Damages caused by the adware. Adware track information just like spyware. Adware tracks information about your data and computing habits to produce targeted advertisements such as pop-up ads on your computer screen. Displays arrays of annoying advertising. When infected with adware, you will likely see frequent pop-up ads appear out of nowhere. This may even happen every time you open your web browser. Slows down your PC. The adware software working in the background and the bombardments of ads can slow down your PC to a crawl. Next is spamming. Spamming refers to sending bulk mails by an identified or unidentified source in a non-malicious form. Bulk advertising mail is sent to many accounts in malicious forms, example email bombing. The attacker keeps on sending bulk mails until the mail server runs out of disk space. Damages caused by spamming. Spamming comes complete with the following disadvantages. Spam reduces productivity. The billions of spam messages circulating across the internet can disrupt email delivery, degrade system performance, and reduce overall productivity. Spam eats up your time. Deleting spam emails seems like a simple solution, but eats up your significant amount of productivity. Spams can lead to worse things. Spam messages may contain offensive or fraudulent material and can even be used to spread viruses. What is eavesdropping? Eavesdropping is a passive attack in which the attacker gains access to the communication medium through which an attacker gains access to the communication medium through which some communication is taking place, and then listens to the communication and gets information about the content of the message. Eavesdropping can be carried out through all the communication devices and media of today: telephone system, email, instant messaging, and other internet services. Next is phishing. Phishing it is a criminally fraudulent process of attempting to acquire sensitive information such as usernames, passwords, credit cards information, account data. In phishing, an imposter uses an authentic looking email or website to trick recipients into giving out sensitive personal information. For example, you may receive an email from your bank which appears genuine to you, asking to update your information online by clicking at a specified link. Though it appears genuine, you may be taken to a fraudulent site where all your sensitive information is obtained and later used for cybercrimes and frauds. Pharming is an attack in which the hacker attempts to redirect a website's traffic to another bogus website. Through pharming attack, the attacker points you to a malicious and illegitimate website by redirecting the legitimate URL. Even if the URL is entered correctly, it may still be redirected to a fake websites. In this, the attacker convinces you that the site is real and legitimate by spoofing or looking almost identical to the actual site down to the smallest detail. You may enter your personal information and unknowingly give it to someone with malicious intent. Solutions to phishing and pharming attack is take the computer offline. Disconnecting from the internet reduces the probability of infecting other devices in the same network with malware. Backup all the files on the hard drive. If backing up data is routinely done, it is only necessary to back up few files. Focus on capturing all sensitive data or irreplaceable files such as videos and family photos. Run antivirus software. Do not trust free antivirus software. They can be malware in disguise. It is advised to take the infected computer to a professional who specializes in malware removal. Contact credit agencies to report any possibilities of identity theft. Reach out to credit bureaus that operate and manage the credit cards, as it will sound the alarm to potential creditors. What is firewall? An internet firewall is a device or software that is designed to protect your computer from data and viruses that you do not want. A firewall is so called because of the real firewalls used to secure building. A physical firewall is a set of doors that close in a building so as to contain a fire to one area, preventing the entire building from being destroyed. Likewise, an internet firewall is designed to shut off access to your operating system or to other computers that are connected to your network. Firewalls can be implemented in two forms. One is a software firewall or a hardware firewall. Software firewall is a special type of computer software running on a computer. It protects your computer from outside attempts to control or gain access, and depending on your choice of software firewalls, it could also provide protection against the most common Trojan programs or email worms. Hardware firewall, it is a physical piece of equipment designed to perform firewall duties. A hardware firewall may actually be another computer or a dedicated piece of equipment which serves as a firewall. Hardware firewalls can be effective with little or no configuration, and they can protect every machine on a local network. Firewalls keep out malevolent hackers and people who intend to do damage and take over other people's servers. Firewalls really serve